Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lone Peak High School, where the Lone Peak Knights will face the Pleasant Grove Vikings. We'll hold off on our commentating for now and allow you to hear the starting lineup for both teams.
Chloe Brenton. Number 16, Mia Peterson. Number 3, Brooklyn Belly. Number 11, Chloe Bishop. And at libero, number 1, Avery Fowler. And now, your Lone Peak Knights. Number 25, Jada Tupea. Number 39, KJ Gorgeous. Number 8, and your captain, Hannah Hopkins. Number 17, Lauren Jardine. Number 27, Kinley Swan. Number 6, Sydney Steele. And at libero, number 2, Grace the Goblin Evans.
Ladies and gentlemen, there are your starting lineups for tonight. I expect a really good game. Pleasant Grove and Lone Peak have faced off plenty of times in the past. They have both been very difficult state title contenders in this sport. I'm excited for a really great game, Mikkel. Last time that these two teams met, they were in Valhalla at Pleasant Grove High School, and it was a hard-fought game. Pleasant Grove and Lone Peak bouncing back and forth between the sets that they won, and the fifth and final set usually goes to 15. But this game had gone 19-17. That set had gone 19-17 to Lone Peak, giving them the third and final set with the victory over Pleasant Grove. Mikkel, if you ask me, I think the Vikings have a bone to pick here. They lost at home and they're looking to win away.
You know, when someone takes their title at home, that's like coming into someone's house and just taking over. It doesn't work and it upsets everyone. So I think Vikings are going to be mad tonight. They're going to really want to just win this game.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Landon Van Overbeek.
And my name is Michaela Fleur.
We are both Pleasant Grove High School students associated with PGSN. We will do our best to bring you an unbiased commentating job on this broadcast. Sadly, we do not have rosters for the Lone Peak Knights. Referees right now just doing all the check work, making sure everything lines up. And it looks like Lone Peak will have the first serve.
And here we go, back to serve for the Knights, Jada Tupea.
Jada Tupea serving for the Knights to start off this game. The ball's over the net, straight to Mia Peterson. Chloe Brinton sets up to Ashley Knighting. Ashley Knighting's first hit of the night is a little high.
Seemed like a solid hit, just a little high and a little long.
Exactly. Jada back again for the Knights. Serve is over, straight to Mia again. Chloe sets up for Ashley again, and Ashley scores with a kill on Lauren Jardine on the Knights side.
Did that hit the Knight's face? That looked like it hit.
That did.
Okay. It looked like it made contact.
After her great kill, Ashley Knighting takes over serving for the Vikings. It's over. Bump, set, and spike from Lauren Jardine. Fun fact about Lauren Jardine, she is ranked 15th in the nation among all girls volleyball players, and she will be starting at Wisconsin, the University of Wisconsin, on a full ride scholarship this December.
You know, that's pretty incredible. I don't care if you don't know this sport or any sport. if that's the nation, that's pretty incredible and impressive.
Yes, it is. The Vikings right there scrambling as fast as they can to get that ball back over the net, and Lone Peak just didn't see it getting over. But they pulled a fast one. Lone Peak was a little slow, didn't get the ball. That brings it 2-2 for the Vikings. Heather Hampson's serve is short and in. Lauren Jardine getting a great hit for the Knights off the hands of Heather Hampson and Chloe Brinton, I believe.
You know, if these two teams keep it up all night, this could be a very good and long game.
Yes, sir. Knights serving. Ball's over the net. Straight to Chloe Bishop, to Chloe Brinton, to Brooklyn Feely. Knights trying to get it back over the net. Chloe Brinton getting a bit of a haywire set up to Mia Peterson. Knights returning the ball. Lauren Jardine with a tip way down court, bringing the score 4-2 for the Knights.
Those Vikings almost had it on that last one, just shy.
Knights serve. Ball is over. Straight to Avery Fowler. Chloe Brinton trying to set it back into court. Ashley Knighting taking a controlled pass over the net. And there it is. Called the Heather Hampson last game with the Vikings. A short set right above the net, right at the center, and then straight down the other team's throat. Lone Peak did very well. Got the setup quick, hit out, and Chloe Bishop and Ashley Knighting just couldn't keep up. That serve was out for the Knights right there, giving the Vikings back the ball. That'll bring the score 5-3. Chloe Brinton serving for the Vikings. Straight to the back corner to Lauren Jardine. The set's up for the Knights. It is a great hit. Passed in the air by Chloe Brinton. Avery Fowler with the set. Ooh, Milani Peterson tries to get the up and up on the Knights, but they return fire. Taking placement over power right there to the hole where the Vikings weren't.
You know, I don't think I could ever play volleyball. I don't like hitting the court.
It's definitely a weird thing to play from other sports. The serve is over. Milani Peterson barely gets it to Chloe Brinton. Haphazardly over the net. But the Knights return with a back corner kill. The Knights getting that point right there. 7-3 for Lone Peak. Lauren Jardine back to serve. Great knuckleball by Lauren Jardine. No spin, straight to the back row. Oh, and the Vikings just barely couldn't get that over. Ashley Knighting saw them set up far away, tried to tip it so it came close, but just came short of the net. 8-3 for the Knights. Jardine's second serve is right over the net. Set up to number 6, but she cannot get it over. Sadie Scoville.
You know, I think these Knights, they're not going to let the Vikings just come and rule their house.
Oh, no, they are not. But right there, Milani Peterson scrapes the serve right over. You are very right, Mikkel. These Knights are not going to let up. They're going to make Pleasant Grove work for this win. Mia Peterson's serve is over. The set's up from the Knights. Oh, and it's that short set again. Lone Peak getting the point right there, bouncing off the block of Pleasant Grove.
Back to serve for the Knights, number 2, Grace Evans.
Grace Evans back to serve for the Knights. It's over straight to Milani Peterson. Chloe Brinton setting up behind her. Ashley Knighting trying to take a hit. The set is up for the Knights. Oh, and it is blocked by the Vikings. It's back on the Knights' side. A bump, a set, and a spike.
Ooh, that was a clean move right there.
Hit out of bounds by the Knights right there. That brings the score 9-6. Avery Fowler back to serve for the Vikings. Avery Fowler going far and barely out of the court.
Vikings are really going to have to watch that out of bounds right there on the back end. They're hitting it a little high and long.
Exactly. They've already seen 3 points go over to the Knights easy just because the serve has been too far or the hit's been too high. Knights hit is over. Chloe Brinton setting to Heather Hampson. Lauren Jardine saving the ball right there. And it is passed out of bounds by the Knights. Great hit by Heather Hampson, catching the Knights when they're out off balance. That brings the score 10-7 in this first set. Lone Peak in the lead. Sadie Scoville coming out for Chloe Bishop. Chloe Bishop coming in for Sadie Scoville, I should say. Bishop is back to serve. It is right to the back center. The set is up for the Knights, and it is KJ Burgess. Great kill right there on home plate for the Vikings. They just weren't able to get it. Jada Tupea back to serve again for the Knights. Scores 11-7 in this first set. Her serve is over, straight to Mia Peterson. Chloe Brinton trying to save it before it goes over. Heather taking a whack at it. Vikings sending it over with an easy pass. The set is up for the Knights. Lauren Jardine winding up. Right there on that back line. You can tell Lauren Jardine has rehearsed that hit time and time and time again.
Yeah, that hit's gotta take some practice.
Jada Tupea serving again for the Knights. 12-7 in this first period. First hit is to Mia Peterson. Kelly Jo Burgess right there catching that pass from Mia Peterson. Taking advantage of the Vikings just hitting the ball a tiny bit too far. Jada's serve is over, straight to Mia again. Chloe Brinton setting up outside to Ashley Knighting. Ashley taking a great hit right at Grace Evans. Bounces off Evans to Jardine and then onto the ground. Looks like they just weren't prepared. The score is 13-8 for the Knights. Ashley Knighting serving for the Vikings. Jardine with the first hit of the serve, sets up, back. Oh, right through the hands of Ashley Knighting. Point to Lone Peak. Ashlyn Reed serving for the Knights. Oh, it looks like she's switching sides on the court. Her serve is over, straight to Mia Peterson. Chloe Brinton setting up for Heather Hampson. Gets that ball right under Lauren Jardine's block. Point to the Vikings. This brings the score 14-9 for Lone Peak, still in the lead. Heather Hampson back to serve for the Vikings. Oh, and a great short set and a tip by Lone Peak, saved by Pleasant Grove. Lauren Jardine taking another whack, but it is blocked by Pleasant Grove. Chloe Brinton and Heather Hampson right there on the front row. Pleasant Grove is slowly but surely closing this gap right now, Mikkel.
Yeah,
it was 13-7 at the beginning of Heather Hampson serving, but now it is 14-10.
Yeah, and just that last one right there, I think she just read that super quick. She just had that ability to read what the net was going to do and just blocked it in.
Chloe Brinton with the set to Brooklyn Feely, short. Grace Evans saving that ball. Set and spike into the net by the Knights. That brings the score ever closer, 14-11. Knights barely in the lead now, Mikkel.
Yeah. Already the Vikings have cut their difference in half within just one server, so.
Heather Hampson hitting it straight back to Lauren Jardine. The set's up for the Knights. A big windup and a block for Pleasant Grove. The Knights are winding up again. This time it gets over the block. Chloe Bishop with the first hit. Oh, after the set from Chloe Brinton, Ashley Knighting hitting it just a little too low. Avery Fowler coming in for the Vikings, and Heather Hampson taking a break.
let's hope that's not the end of a good run for the Vikings.
Right now, what the Vikings need is to keep that foot on the gas pedal. They caught Lone Peak on a few points, and if they just keep doing that, Chloe Brinton trying to pull a fast one on the Knights, but the Knights have something else to say. This score is now 16-11 for the Knights. They have grown their lead. Mikkel, what do you see right now?
I see two teams that are just going at each other's throats, trying to just beat each other down, I guess.
Oh,
no one's going to let anyone win here.
Absolutely. The Knights pulling a short serve on the Vikings. Lauren Jardine with the long tip. And the short set by Brooklyn Feely is saved. Oh my goodness. The Knights saving it and turning it into a point. Lauren Jardine with the hit back row.
Wow. I can't believe what I saw there. I thought that was on the ground multiple times.
I thought that Lone Peak couldn't save that, scrapping it off of the net and getting it back over to the Vikings side. That was impressive. Vikings kind of bit the bullet right there.
Yeah.
Or jumped the gun. They tried to get a point too soon.
Yep.
I feel that right there, if they had got a first hit as a set, then a second hit as a kill, they would have scored a lot. They would have gotten the point right there. It would have been a lot more effective. But right there, they just were too close to the ball from trying to hit it over too soon. And Lauren Jardine took advantage of that and ripped their defensive front, back, and middle apart.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I believe it's Lone Peak that took the timeout here.
The score is 17-11. It's a 6-point set right now. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching PGSN on KSL.com. My name is Landon Van Overbeek.
And my name is Mikkel Fleur.
We're here happily broadcasting this game for you, and it has been a doozy so far. Serve is over from Lone Peak to Chloe Bishop. Brooklyn Feely serving up to Mia Peterson.
Oh.
Mikkel, if there were any two similar players on Pleasant Grove and Lone Peak's team, I would say it is Lauren Jardine and Mia Peterson.
Oh yeah, couldn't be closer.
Both of those players have rehearsed their outside hit time and time and time again. Both of them know how to read the court, know how to control their power, and place the ball.
As fast as those two do it, and as clean as things they do, there's no doubt about it.
Absolutely. Chloe Brinton right there getting a great short and difficult serve, picking off the point on the Knights. That closes the lead to 4 points. Chloe Brinton straight back to Grace Evans. Set is up. It's a short set. Avery Fowler digging out the ball. Mia Peterson just taking a pass over the net. Knights setting up the ball. Tip over. Avery Fowler digging again. Chloe Brinton out to Sadie Scoville. And it is a point, Vikings.
Wow.
Tipped out of bounds by a Knight right there. Pleasant Grove has just closed this lead. Cut this lead in half again, Mikkel.
Yeah. Honestly, they can cut it at half all they want all night tonight, but until they get ahead, and I don't think the Knights are going to let them, until they get ahead, we're not going to go anywhere.
You're right.
Back to serve for the Knights, number 17, Lauren Jardine, checking in for the match for Lone Peak.
That's served by Chloe Brinton right there, just barely going out of bounds, giving Lauren Jardine the opportunity to serve the ball. A seemingly soft serve from Lauren Jardine. A hit from Mia Peterson out of bounds.
Again, Vikings are just putting it over.
Right now, Mikkel, what I'm seeing is the Vikings, when they serve the ball, they have this momentum that they're able to keep up. But when they receive the serve, they just don't have the same energy.
Yeah.
Ashley Knighting passing the ball up to Chloe Brinton. Chloe Brinton to Mia Peterson. Great dig by Lauren Jardine. Lone Peak trying to turn that into their point. Avery Fowler setting up outside to Sadie Scoville. Serve bouncing over the block. The hit is up, bounced off a Pleasant Grove block. Mia Peterson taking another hit. This ball is bouncing back and forth between the two teams. Let's see if Pleasant Grove can settle this ball and get a point. No, the Knights are returning it. Ball saved by Ashley Knighting. Chloe Brinton calling an easy serve back over. Lauren Jardine with the first hit. Great dig by Avery Fowler right there. Chloe Brinton to Mia Peterson. And Mia getting the great controlled hit
Wow.
just off of the Lone Peak block. Mikkel, this is what I'm talking about. This is a game of volleyball. You have two great teams that always make it far in state tournaments. They both work extremely hard. You don't get much better than this.
No, at practice I can guarantee neither one of these teams are cutting corners. They're going all the way, and it shows in the game. They're going all the way at each other.
Right there, just another bad serve by the Vikings, and this time from Mia Peterson. Served by Grace Evans. Avery Fowler with the first hit. Ashley Knighting getting blocked by Lone Peak. Taking another hit, saved by Lauren Jardine. The set's up for the Knights. A great windup. A pass by Avery Fowler, and it heads out to Ashley Knighting, blocked by the Knights. Oh, the Vikings taking another hit. Sadie Scoville this time. Oh, and it looks like that will be called a Vikings point.
Yeah, because I think what happened right there is the Knights, they blocked it and then it went right out of bounds. So either way, it would have been the Knights' point if the Knights wouldn't have blocked it or not.
The set's up for the Knights right there. Great windup. Oh, a good save. A tip back over. Vikings trying to just capitalize on this right there. Great hit by Heather Hampson. The Heather Hampson, the short set right to the center. The small hop, quick hit, straight to the center of the court.
Wow, and the Knights just barely missed that one.
Lauren Jardine right there expecting a much farther hit. Avery Fowler with the serve low into the backside. Oh, Sadie Scoville thinking she can get a great cherry right there. Mia Peterson saving the ball. Oh, Chloe Brinton setting up to Mia Peterson, but the Knights say no.
Wow, this is a really close game. I mean, it's a 4-point game.
Sydney Steele, number 19, with a great block for the Knights right there. Said absolutely no way to Mielani Peterson trying to tip it over. Chloe Brinton with the set outside. Sadie Scoville taking placement over power. Getting a great tip over and a point for the Vikings. This brings the score 21-18. Mikkel, this is the same 3-point margin that we have seen almost the entire game.
Yeah, the Vikings, they're getting up and going down, getting up and going down. It's always they get up to 3, and then they can't get, the Knights won't let them pass.
Let's see if they can change that right here. Sydney Steele with the hit out of bounds. That's a Vikings point. That is the first time the lead has been within 2 points since the beginning of the match, Mikkel.
Yeah. Now the Vikings, they just got to idolize this moment and just take full advantage of this.
Chloe Brinton, her serves over the net. Back corner to Lauren Jardine. Set up by the Knights. And it is hit out of bounds. Vikings point. This brings the set 21-20.
Now, if my calculations are correct, that's 1 point.
That is 1 point.
So that is pretty freaking close.
Mikkel, yes, that is so close that the Knights have called a timeout.
Wow.
Now, I don't know what other teams or other sports do, but when you're playing football and your team ain't doing so hot, you call a timeout.
Yeah,
when the other team is doing real well, you call a timeout. So if that timeout is any indicator of the Vikings, that means they have stepped up their game, they are warmed up, they're ready to play.
You know, I think Lone Peak coaches are starting to see that the Vikings they've come alive and they're really going to start playing the game how they need to be playing it. And the Knights coach, I think he's going to start getting a little worried.
Yeah. Now, not too worried because they're going to have the thought in their mind, last time we played the Vikings, we outworked them in the last set. We beat them in the last set. That's the only comfort to the Knights at the moment. You know, right now, the Vikings have all the motivation in the world. We're at their home court. They beat us at home. We're here to win and do nothing else.
Yeah.
Chloe Brinton serve. Oh, and a bad pass by Lauren Jardine ties up the set. Chloe Bishop got a little smile on her face knowing that this is as close as it will be.
This has officially turned into a nail-biting game right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a game of volleyball. Serve straight to the backcourt. Kelly Jo Burgess taking placement over power yet again. Hitting it right in front of Chloe Bishop. That gives the Knights the lead again.
Vikings, they just got to hold on. Power through this.
Jada back for her third serve for the Knights. Set is close to the net. Chloe Brinton getting it right through the hands of Sydney Steele. Great job by Ashley Knighting. That ties this game back up, Mikkel. It is 22-22, and Ashley Knighting looks like she is not going to miss this serve. Right to the back row. The set is up for the Vikings. Sydney Steele taking a hit. Mia Peterson a little overzealous on her dig. Lauren Jardine winding up, and it is in over the head, barely over the head of Ashley Knighting.
You know, earlier when we were talking pregame, you said that this was going to be a very close game. I didn't realize how close you were meaning. These two teams, they're just going at it with each other.
As another great commentator I know, Brendan Larson would say, great googly moogly, we have a volleyball game.
That is true, he would say that.
Chloe Brinton with the short set to Heather Hampson outside. Great hit. That ties this back up again, Mikkel. My goodness, I'm getting too excited.
You know, earlier we were seeing threes, and now we're seeing no difference in scores. One scores, the other follows. One scores, the other follows.
Exactly. It looks like Heather Hampson right now back to serve. Her serve's up. Great form, goes barely over the net. Mia Peterson tries to catch that, but the Knights have committed an infraction right there. Looks like they hit the net. That is point Vikings. The Vikings! To the Vikings by 2 points.
Wow, that could not have been any closer.
I don't know what is. Right now, we are
Testing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're sorry about that right there. Our power source died. We're back in the second set, 12-16. Vikings are in the lead by 4 points. Mielani Peterson taking a great. Lauren Jardine with the kill. Just enough for the Knights to get a point. That has been evident this entire.
So Vikings was at 5 points. No, Vikings was at 10 points. Lone Peak was at 5. And after that timeout, Lone Peak has just been idolizing, and Vikings just seem to be giving out.
Lone Peak closing the gap to 3 points again. (17-19) for Pleasant Grove right now. Avery Fowler with a great serve to the back row. A short set right past Mia Peterson. KJ Burgess right there.
It's back to a 1 point game. It's really a nail biter.
It is an extraordinary game. 18-19. Pleasant Grove only has a 1 point lead here. Serve is over, straight back to Mia Peterson. Chloe Brinton with the set, back behind her to Sadie Scoville. Great hit by Sadie off the block of the Knights, down on their side. It brings the Vikings lead to 2. Avery Fowler will serve again for the Vikings. Oh no, Chloe Brinton will start serving for the Vikings.
You know, the Vikings, they just got to hold this 2 point lead over the Knights. But I think the Knights, they might have a chance of catching back up and just passing them.
Similar to the last two times I saw these teams, the last time I saw these two teams face off, one would win one set, the other would win the other, and it would go back and forth until the 5th set. Now, Mikkel, I don't know if that's going to happen again tonight, because both of these teams are showing enough tenacity to end it after less than 5 sets and to take it all the way.
Yeah. And you know what? The Vikings, they're just pushing as hard as they can this game. You can really, really tell they're giving it their all. The Knights there as well. Just there's been some points on both teams that they're finding each other's weakness.
They are.
Say.
They're playing each other out, trying to figure out the weakness, what they can exploit, and what they need to work on. Knights first out of the break right there. Vikings following soon after. Two great players on the Knights tonight are Sydney Steele, great player. She's got height to her advantage. She uses it on the block, uses it on her hits. And another player, Grace Evans, playing libero for Lone Peak. She's done her best to get every dig she can, get every pass to the setter and to the hitter, and she's done an outstanding job. Chloe Brinton with the set, back row to Mia Peterson! Great hit by Mia right there, right down the throat of the Knights.
You know, Mia saw that opening, she took it.
And that's a hard hit to make off the back end of the court, jumping that high in the air and still getting that great angle straight down.
You know, it's also a very risky shot because it's easily going to go over that line.
Exactly. Lauren Jardine with a great dig, saving the Knights right there from having the lead grow ever farther. Heather Hampson getting a great tip on the Knights, getting the up and up. Mikkel, we are back to a 5-point lead, and if I remember what you said correctly, when it was 5-10, we're back to the greatest lead that the Vikings have had yet.
Yes. And I think the Vikings have this set, but I'm not sure. I could be speaking too soon. They still have 2 points to go, if I'm correct.
Ooh, right there. That was a close call.
Yeah. As I just said, the Knights, they might have just enough in them to win this set and take it away from the Vikings.
Both teams feeling each other out. They've got to just play it slow, but play it as hard as they can.
Yeah.
Jada serving again for the Knights. Mia Peterson first to the ball, outside to KJ Burgess. Saved by the Knights. KJ Burgess down again! Or Ashley Knighting, my mistake. Great double hit by Ashley Knighting. Ashley Knighting here to serve against the Knights. 5-point lead. This could end the second set in favor of the Vikings. Grace Evans with the first hit. The set is up outside to Lauren Jardine. Oh, and it is the Knights' point. It is blocked out of bounds by the Vikings. I'm thinking the Knights are trying to take a deep breath of air but not hold their breath because they have 6 points in order to pull up against the Vikings because it is win by 2 in this sport.
Yeah.
Avery Fowler getting a hectic hit on that ball right there. Mia Peterson trying to place that ball carefully over the net. Lauren Jardine taking another hit. The Vikings, oh, and it looks like the referees did call that onto the ground. And it is timeout to the Vikings.
You know, this game just keeps getting closer and closer and closer.
Right when you think one team's pulling away, the other comes back and punches them in the mouth.
Yes, sir.
Mikkel, I don't know what to say about either team. They're both doing so well. The only thing is that both teams have the same problem. They're having the tiny, tiny mistakes exploited.
Yeah.
There's endless mistakes. There's the block not being together, barely getting through the hands of the blockers. It's going too far. It's going barely short of going out of bounds. The back row makes the wrong decision. Maybe there's just a miscommunication. The ball lands in the middle. That's happened to the Knights a few times.
Yeah.
It's these small things that make the game so close.
Yeah, because, I mean, both teams are doing great on reading. They're doing great when they're serving correctly. At the beginning, the Vikings, they were having a hard time serving. They were hitting on the back end of the Knights.
Great hit right there by Heather Hampson, saved by the Knights. Lauren Jardine trying to catch the Vikings off guard, but Mia Peterson has something else to say. Mia Peterson with the last kill for the Vikings to pull out this second set in a row.
You know what? Mia just bought the Vikings another set to win.
Mikkel, I don't know about last game or any game between these two teams in volleyball, but never have I ever seen one team take 2 straight sets against the other.
It's really incredible.
The Vikings and the Knights have never had that happen before. It's always been back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Right now, the Vikings just took 2 sets right out from under the feet of the Knights.
Yeah, and the Knights and the Vikings are so close. The teams like playing a big game of tic-tac-toe.
Yes.
You don't know who's gonna win. It's one move after the other, and every move is very important.
Every move counts right there. You have to pay attention to the small mistakes every player on the other team is making.
And I think both teams are doing great. They see one player on the other team make a small mistake, the other team utilizes that.
They
go
exploit
off
it.
of that. Yes.
Exactly.
And then they gain the point.
Exactly. One thing that Lauren Jardine and Sadie Scoville have both done in common, Sadie Scoville has a few points for the Vikings, but those points have been critical turning points in the energy of the Viking team, because what she does is she is able to read right where the block is going. She looks before she hits, and she aims to where the defense isn't.
Yeah.
And if they are right where she's going to hit that requires power, she takes placement over power. Lauren Jardine doing the exact same thing. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to apologize. We are having some extended audio difficulties. We will do our best, but we do not have an independent power source for our audio. So for now, we will not be commentating the third set. We will get audio up as soon as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally resolved the audio issues. It is match point. Oh, and it is hit out of bounds by Mia Peterson.
I think this could be the last little thing Lone Peak can do. Let's see if they can save this game against the Vikings.
Number one serving for Lone Peak. It is 19-24 in the third and possibly final set. Pleasant Grove 2-0. Great hit to the back corner. Ashley Knighting setting up. Oh! And ladies and gentlemen, that is the game. Contrast from last time, these